Hey everybody, my name is Ben and I'm one of the co-founders of Blue Marlin Marketing. And today I'm going to bring you a really cool automation that integrates like AI and lead generation in order to send like personalized emails to you to your client list or to for cold email. Just be sure to follow along with me if you want to make sure that you understand everything. I'm also going to walk you through like how we generate our lead list in order to actually have leads to run through this automation. And also there'll be a in the link below. It'll take you to like a contact form where you'll just submit the form and it'll give you the free download so you don't have to build it with me. Um, so here's just an overview of the automation. Um, so what you'll want to do for your first step is you'll have a you'll want to go to make.com. Um, if you if you don't already, um, create an account. Uh, you can run it. You can use it for free for pretty long time. Like you can run a lot. You can build a lot of your own automations. And the paid version is not like super expensive. I think it's like another $15 or $20 a month for like 10,000 operations. For free, you get 1,000, which is still a ton. Um, so once you're in your make.com, your account, you'll want to go to scenarios, and then create a new scenario. And the first thing you'll want to do is if Google Sheets isn't there, you'll just search Google Sheets. You'll add it, and then you'll just give it the function watch new rows. Super easy. You'll create a connection. All you'll need to do is just hit add. It'll like send you to like your Google sign in page. You'll just sign in and then just give it permission to access whatever, or to access like all of your files or whatever. So then you can just leave this by search by path method by path. I never really change it. Not totally sure the other like reasons to change it, if especially seeing as you can just follow along here and it'll be pretty self-explanatory. It's not any different than that kind of thing. But the next thing you'll want to do is just choose here. Once you've selected either like my drive or shared with me, just go choose, and then wherever this spreadsheet saved, you can go to like the folder or that specific document. So if I have like shared with me is where I believe I have this saved. And then, yes, the automation test sheet name. And then depending on how many pages you have in your thing, we just have the one, so sheet one. And then you can just go ahead and leave everything else here blank. This number here for the limit is for every time that this program is going, or this automation is going to run, how many rows on the sheet do you want? So this sheet could be thousands of contacts long, which we've done before. But let's just for today, we'll just keep it at one. It will improve like the speed time. This you can just go ahead and um leave the same. You can choose manually. Let's see. Oh, you just go specific ID, and then you can just leave it at one, I believe. Oh, specific ID, just leave it at one. If it That's just like number where it's starting on your sheet, I believe. Then your next tab will just be Sleep Tool. So all this is going to do is you just go to Tools or Search Tools and find Sleep, if I can find Sleep. And all this is going to do is um, change it so that it doesn't look like you're just like spamming these out almost. So your emails, if you're using it for cold email, has a little bit better chance of maintaining the reputation. Also, a good idea to make sure you warm up your emails if you're planning on using it for cold outreach. And please put in the comments below if you want me to make another video about like how to warm up emails or what infrastructure or tools that you need to get set up sending it like cold email. But we're just gonna put this for 30 seconds for now. All right. And then also make sure to just be saving regularly just in case like you refresh or your computer crashed or whatever, because this doesn't have like an auto save like some other programs. Um, your next thing will be your ChatGPT. So what I have it doing is create a completion. Um, so here is where you'll have to add your account, and it may ask for it's going to ask for like your API key or your API token to link. So it'll just take you there and you'll end up on a page like this. Let me find it for you. Dashboard. You'll get into your dashboard, so platform.openai.com. And then once you're in your API keys, all you'll do is create a new key. You name it whatever. I won't do another one here since I've already got mine linked. You'll create a key, yeah, my test key, and then you just want to give it all permissions just to make sure. You'll hit create. You'll copy that, and then you'll go all the way back to your make.com and then just add that key up in here. For select method, you can just go create a ChatGPT completion, ChatGPT models. So your models are all going to be here, and depending on which version you would like to use. So in my experience, I've had the best with GPT-4. It's like the cheapest for price per token, which I'll show you guys in a second here, is how you'll actually have to like input some money into your ChatGPT account in order to get these tokens. They're like super reasonable priced. It's like $5 for a million tokens of input, and I believe it's 15 for a million tokens of output. So it's pretty relatively cheap. You just need to put in like money. You don't need to buy input output. It will know how to do that for you. But GPT-4 is what I've had the best experience with. Yeah, so far. But also what I would say is you can use some of the other versions like GPT 3.5 Turbo or any of those, just depending on budgeting, all that kind of thing. But GPT-4 is the best like bang for your buck type deal. And then the message. So seeing as we're going to be using ChatGPT to actually write these like personalized emails for how we're sending this out, we're just going to give it the role user, which user you can give for any time that you're using ChatGPT to be like filling in the content of something or like that type of deal. And then the message content, I'm just going to go ahead and copy it from over here for you guys. And if you do download it, that'll be easier for you guys just so you don't have to like copy this, but I'll just show it here. Feel free to pause if you want to. And then let me just walk you through this. So like you're a world-class email copywriter and you are reaching out to a business owners to book an appointment to see if your email marketing services are right for them. Your job is to write personalized email based on the industry and background of the business owner. Here's what we know. And so here's how you use the actual data from the columns in the sheet. What you'll do is you'll take like name, you'll specify, and then in the sheet, you'll just go simple. You'll find the row that says name or full name or company name, whatever you're looking for. You'll click that and it'll just add it here. Same thing with Instagram, same thing with website, all that kind of thing. Let me actually fix this now that I'm seeing that should be email. But okay. And then also you'll want to make sure that you specify some parameters in here. So do not write more than 3 sentences. Each sentence should be its own paragraph. Make sure to make each sentence a paragraph. Please do not include a subject line in the email. So the reason I have that is because we have another ChatGPT section on here actually personalizing the subject line. So it's individualized or personalized for every single respondent, and it's much easier so you don't actually have to spend any time filling in. And then you could just say like end it with whatever best wishes, Ryan or Ben. Ryan is one of my other co-owners. But yeah, that's all you need for that part. And then the max tokens. So the number you put here is going to help decide how well or how good the response is, or how detailed or how much time it spends on that response. So most of the time we've been putting in 1,000, but if you want like the most detail oriented, like a good number, 4,000 is good. And most of the time it will never have all the tokens, and I'll show you after I've run this once what that looks like, but we'll hit okay. So then our first part, so our body of our email is done. And then pretty easy, you can just right click on it and rename. And if you just want to say like email body, so you know, and like you can also like right click, rename, that kind of thing for all of these if you have a specific name in mind. So then the next thing you'll want is, in this part, obviously you can choose depending on if you actually decide that you want to like be storing the default, like the emails that you're creating, if you want to store them somewhere besides your inbox, or if you had another like automated system set up, or if you need something like that set up, please feel free to contact us as well. We set up all sorts of AI automations and AI bots to integrate into your website or other types of things for your business. But oh, excuse me. But just to continue with that, so what this router allows you to do basically is just from one path, you can actually send it in like multiple directions. So the first thing we'll add is our Google Doc. So what this part for the Google Doc is going to do, and we're going to create a document. Create a document. And then same sort of deal, you'll just have to add. It may already be linked from the sheet. I can't remember exactly, but it's same sort of deal. You just add and then you'll click confirm, let it access whatever. Name. So you can like type like here if I wanted to go like this is the first email, so or like cold outreach. So we could say like cold email, and then you could put from the spreadsheet like their full name, and that would be like the title of the document that's being created, if that makes sense. And then the content of the document, what we do is this part is where it can get kind of confusing, so just be sure to pay attention here. You'll want to go to choices, go to message, and then you'll just hit the content. And it should look like this. The three may be different depending on the rows, but choices and then message dot content like that. That'll mean that it's going to display whatever the output from ChatGPT is there, if that makes sense. And then if you want to do my drive, or I think I have it shared with me actually, you'll just choose the folder or the document if there is one, but maybe it's not shared with me. Shared drive, my drive, click here. Oh, email documents. There we go. So now instead of like just creating a document in my drive, that's just going to put it in this folder. And if you wanted like if you had a document like you wanted to add it to in the folder or like somewhere else like another path in the folder, you would just add there. But that's there you go. So right now what it'll do is just take your data from your sheet, wait, this will build the email body and it will paste your email. Oh, sorry. It will paste your email body into this new Google Doc that you're creating. The second thing we'll do is take our Google Sheet and we're going to actually, I believe it's update a cell. Update a cell. And what this is going to do, same sort of add, you should already have it since you've done it from the beginning. And you're actually going to want to use the exact same document here. So shared with me, automation test, sheet name, and then it's sheet 1. So for this, the way it's kind of a interesting thing, it's kind of weird. You'll just put in the row or the column that you want to work in. So column G is on our sheet, which is the last column or the first column, like that's blank, where we want to actually fill in something. So we'll go in column G, and then we're going to put in the actual content or the actual content of the ChatGPT response. So we can actually view them in our spreadsheet. So something like this. And then you can see in our sheet, it's like full name, company name, URL, email, phone number, Instagram. And you can be missing any of these for this automation to work. But besides the email, if you're missing the email, it won't be able to like, it will pause the automation because it won't be able to send that one that it created out. So just make sure before you plug in a sheet that you're running, like running with it, remove all the rows that don't have a email address, just so you don't run into any errors and it can clean through your whole list all at once. But okay, anyway, back to here. And then the value. Oh, sorry about that. So G, it's actually going to be the that section in the so G, and then you'll do the row number. So that means whatever row you're in is where it's going to add that. Sorry that I was off before. That's how you're actually supposed to have it. And the value here is where you put the content of the ChatGPT response. So that's what's going to actually fill in the cell. Okay. So then here's where we get to creating the actual email and the subject line. So you'll do another create a completion. Boom. Same sort of deal. You go API key, pick your one, and then we use GPT-4, max tokens. We'll do 4,000 again. Message, role you can just leave as user. And then the message is here, which I'll just copy, Control C and Control V. Here's the message. I'll leave it up for a sec. You can pause it. Also feel free to just use the download as well. You won't have to type any of this in. All you'll need to do is go here and hit import, and then just pick it should be a JSON file. You'll just pick that and upload it. But all it's doing here is like generating the actual subject line for our agency. You'll hit OK. And then here's the part where you may run into some problems. If you're using a Gmail, I had a lot of issues with getting this to like format correctly. So this also works for like any other email address as well. So it's a little more of a better way to go about picking it. But just instead of typing in Gmail or whatever your mailbox is, just go type in email or mail and send an email. So it's not like an affiliated one with any of these any of the like email host or whatever. You'll just do add, and then it'll have you like put your email address, log in, that kind of thing. Save message after sending. I always just leave it as no. Add a recipient. This is a cool part. So it will take the email address from whatever row in your spreadsheet, and it will use that as that. And then your subject line, because we did this, but we can rename this just so we remember. We'll call it subject line. Okay, I probably spelled that wrong. I'm an awful speller. But we will find, so email body. Okay, so let me, subject line. Okay. Sorry, I thought it would have changed already. But anyway, so this one you can see is email body though, so we know that this is the subject line one. So we'll just say for the subject of this email, we're going to go to choices, message, content. Cool. And then you'll just want to do plain text. And then the content of this is actually going to be from your ChatGPT body, and you're just going to go message, content there. Okay, and if there's any like links or anything you want to attach, we just have that as as our email signature, but you can also like add a link or add an image or something if you needed to, like put it in, send with your email. But with that, you're all good to go. So what will actually happen, excuse me, is when you run this now, it will take whatever in your sheet, it will take the next row. Ours was a little screwed up because I actually had run it before and I had to move these back. So that's just why this looks like it did it at the bottom. But what will happen is it will take their name, their company name, whatever information that we actually put into it. It will run through, it'll make this, and then I'll actually show you guys what the sheet will look like, or what the doc will look like. It goes into my email documents, and then here's one of them, for example. Hi there, and then it's extremely like a personalized email, and this is just like a simple like how to book how to get on a quick call with us to work with us basically. But you can obviously change that. You can also change all the prompts within your automation, and feel free to add or remove things, obviously. But yeah, customize it for your business. Make it like personalized to you. But I'm gonna actually show you how another like sneak feature or whatever, another little hint on how to actually make like a list like this. I know this is 22, but we've got a couple lists in here. Let's go shared. I believe it's this one. Oh, not that one. Let me look around for a second. Sorry. Email spreadsheets, email campaign list. Here's a list that we've sent out with, oh. There's my drive. Home. But anyway, like a spreadsheet with like thousands of sections in it. So here's a really cool tool that you guys can use to really generate tons of leads and tons of like just contact information really for your list, or if you're looking for a specific thing, or it's like, So this is a web scraping tool. So when you get on, you'll be on your profile. It'll look like something like this. Yes, it looks like I have $0 and it's pretty cheap to run these. You start, I believe, with $5 free. So what we found to be like the best scraping tool in this, and this is called Outscraper. You just type in Outscraper and it has like this kind of logo, Outscraper, and it looks like that. You'll just click there and then you'll make an account. And then once you're in your account, you'll want to go to services and you'll just hover. You don't have to click by brand all the way down to Google, over to Google Maps, and then you'll click that. And then here's where it gets super, super cool. So you can pick, like, let's just say you're looking for personal trainer. Okay. And then you can even be more specific. Like you can like look and like check out all categories. Like there's a whole bunch you can find. But you can even be more specific. And also, if you want United States, you can do that, and you can remove states, add states. Right now, it automatically default selects all, like United States, all 50 states. But you can pick a bunch of countries in, like, I don't think it's everyone, but tons of them. But yeah, it's pretty simple. And then with your free package, I believe you'll be able to generate 100 or maybe 250 free excuse me, free results. And with that, here is where you can like, we'll just leave it at 100, but I won't run this for you guys. But just make sure, even when you pay for it, keep your like maximum results limit. Keep it like to like 500 at the max, because we've done ones where we try to run like 3,000 and it took days to run. But if you run 100 or like 250, something like that, it's like maybe 10 minutes, maybe 20 minutes, that kind of thing. So not long at all. And then here's where your really cool stuff is. You can go like extract emails and socials, company insight. You can validate the emails here. And then this is like how it actually, like, what, depending on what you add, the cost, as you can see, it's pretty relatively inexpensive. And then you can even go like email verifier. That's what we've been doing, is just email and contacts, email verifier. You can even add more language filters, all that kind of thing. Let me just make this like 20 just so you guys can see, so I can do it quick. If I hit get data, it's gonna go boom, task confirmation. So that tells you how many just came up in 2 seconds. It says 7 to 25 minutes, but I bet it's already almost done. So we'll just hit confirm, proceed, do. Oh, I don't need to verify that. If we go to tasks now, oh, I guess my profile, email. Sorry about that. Gmail. Outscraper. Confirm my account. Okay, sorry about that. We'll go back. Services, Google Scraper, PRS, personal trainer, 20, like that. Get data. Sorry about that. Let me move this back over here. Confirm, proceed, please verify. Box. Proceed. Do. Inbox. Okay, sorry about this. I don't want to waste your guys' time either. But what will happen then is once you generate it, I can show you what type of list you'll get. Get one of these. Boom. Let's go. This is just my like an opener. Then like here's one of our asker, like here's lawn care. And it will return you a huge table like this, which is like really good information. There's all sorts of stuff. And then what we do is actually take this, like download the file. We already had downloaded it. And we go into our ChatGPT, and actually paste it in there and have it reformat it for us. Um, so that we can just tell it what columns we want. So like email, company name, whatever. So then super easy from there. You just copy paste into your Google Sheet. Um, and then you're completely good to go. But yeah, so I guess that's kind of like complete overview. Uh, Once again, downloads below. Feel free, like, comment, subscribe. All those things would be really, really helpful for our channel. I know we're just trying to grow right now. Get off. Just real helpful for the channel. Um, yeah, thank you so much for sticking it all the way through. I really appreciate your time. And once again, the link for this free download in the bio will also be an attachment to our website and some of our other socials. So please feel free to go follow, DM me, feel free. I'm happy to talk with y'all. Have a great rest of your day, everybody. And yeah, thank you again.